Welcome to the Cintas Center for some more playoff basketball here. It's Lakota West versus St. X, two familiar foes. They met earlier in the season, and West won that one in a overtime thriller, and they've met on the football field as well in that playoff game. So these two teams know each other very well in any sport, and here tonight, it's bigger than any of those games. It's the regional semifinals. The winner of this game will go on to play Fairfield. We'll take a look at that bracket right there, as Lakota West and St. X have both won their first two games, and now if they win this next one, they'll be in the regional final versus Fairfield, and where the winner will head to state, and that could be huge for Lakota West. But first, they got to get through the number one seed in the OHSAA Southwest playoff bracket. So it's going to be tough here, but this team, they know each other well. Lakota West beat St. X earlier in the season, 61-56, and now they have to face them in a rematch where you know St. X is going to come out hot, ready to play. And Nikos, what are your first thoughts on this game, just looking at both teams and how they stack up against each other in this rematch?
Well, something everyone who has watched these teams play is that St. X, their biggest advantage is that height. Guys all across the board, 6'10", Jacob Wassler, a big one, 6'5", 6'2", 6'4". This is a very tall team, so West needs to do their best to keep it on the perimeter. This is not a very good three-point shooting team at just 30.9% from three, compared to West 66% from three. So you got to keep these shots out of the paint, and it's going to be a tough task, especially for LJ Green, Aaron Phipps, those taller guys. But it's going to be one that if they want to take this one and head to the regional finals, it's going to be something that they have to focus on, as well as just letting Josh Tyson, go crazy, because he did it last game. 29 points, got to the free throw line 14 times. Those are big shots. He hit all of them, and we're going to need those kinds of free throws and those variable swings if West is going to take them out. And again, just play fast. I think I say it every single week, Andrew, but just their ability to keep that pacing up, play their own game. Any team who's beat West, it's because they were able to control the game and play their own pace. But anytime West is playing fast, they're getting steals, they're running back and down the court, no one can compete with them, and they're going to win in a landslide.
Yeah, and interesting to look at. West's offense averaging 60.2 points per game. They shoot 53% from the field, and they're just one of the best shooting teams in all of the playoffs. Meanwhile, St. X, they only average 51 points per game on 45% field goal and 30% from three. And so, but a lot of that, the reason why St. X is able to stay in these games and win a lot of these games is due to their rebounding. And that starts with the 6'10" monster, Jacob Wassler. Just a monster underneath the rim, averages 11.3 points per game and 6.9 rebounds per game. And it's not only him, but it's other guys, 6'5", Donovan Moskowski, who averages 13.3 points per game and shoots 43% from three, which is amazing. So it's going to be the Wassler and Walaskowski show tonight for X. That's what they're hoping for at least. But don't sleep on another man by the name of Braden Riley. He won the GCL Defensive Player of the Year, and it's for good reason. He just does a lot on the floor. He's able to maintain steals, but also he does average 5.4 points per game. So there's a lot of guys on this St. X team that could give West a lot of trouble. And in that first game, Josh Tyson, though, for West, just went crazy, 29 points. And then Braden Riley on St. X, who only averages 5.4, had 14. So it's really anyone's game here. And, it's going to be who can step up from both teams that can win the game.
Yeah, I mentioned that St. X is not a very good three-point shooting team, and to force them into those shots, Walaskowski is pretty much the only exception. He is, like you said, 43% from three, and that's not on a low sample size. 149 attempts. That's almost, I believe it's about 6 a game. That's very, very incredible, especially for high school. He is a guy that doesn't matter where he is on the floor. You need to guard him in the face. Do not let him get those shots off, because he's going to knock them down. He's been that X factor, especially from those perimeter shots. Leading scorer on the team. He's mainly, his game is getting those buckets, and so you need to shut him down. If you can shut him down, the offense is going to stall out, and it's going to look better and better for your team.
Yeah, and interesting to look at. Brendan Dealey averages 1.7 steals per game, at 5'9", and he also averages 5 points a game. So for a guy so short and small, he still impacts the game very well for St. X. Even though they have so much height, he's still able to make an impact for this team.
Yeah, and Andrew, I could be wrong, but I don't think I see Alex Dukovic out on the floor right now. That's 2 weeks or 2 games in a row. I don't know anything about that, but
that's a big loss for West.
Definitely a big loss. He's been a very good player on this team.
You hate to see that if you're West. Alex Dukovic, he has been really good for the Firebirds this year, 5.5 points per game, and he shoots 46% from the field. So for him not to be here, definitely a big loss for Lakota West. But, I mean, Josh Tyson, Bryce Curry, this team has an embarrassment of riches on the offensive side of the ball, so they should be just fine. And, you know, it's going to be a battle for both ends. But, you know, this is a game where you got to be able to maintain momentum. And, you know, there's going to be runs where either team thinks they have a really good shot at winning. But can one team sustain those runs and keep themselves sustained throughout the game when the other team goes on a run? You know West is going to get their steals. They're going to get their fast breaks, their dunks. You know St. X is going to get their threes from Moleskowski, their offensive rebounds, the putbacks. It's just what team can do it better and what team can play their style more. So the starting lineup for tonight for St. Xavier, it's going to be number 0, Kobe Clapper, number 3, Brendan Deely, number 25, Braden Riley, number 31, Jack Ryan, and number 33, Donovan Walaskowski. And for your Lakota West Firebirds, it is going to be number 0, Bryce Curry, number 2, Josh Tyson, number 3, Tyson Davis, number 4, Isaiah Mead-Moss, and number 23, LJ Green. And LJ Green is a big factor in tonight's game. Only stands at 6'6", but he's going to have a big-time defensive performance and be able to stop the 6'10" Jacob Wassler.
Yeah, in this game, it's going to be so close and tight. Both these teams, and we saw it the first time they played, double overtime. And so it's going to come down to those swing factors, and one of those swing factors that might come into effect is going to be that student section. I got to say, Andrew, West, they did not come. I mean, it's pretty far away venue, but St. X, I think they have maybe double the size of our student section, and that's going to be a big impact on the players. That's a lot of noise, especially in this big echoey stadium here at Cintas Center. And so just look for that to be a big effect for the Firebirds.
Yeah, I mean, you heard the St. X student section talking to the players while they were warming up, so you know it's going to be a long game if that happens. And it's going to be interesting to see how Lakota West responds. Obviously, last year they won their first 2 games just like this year, then ran into that GCL powerhouse in Elder and got knocked off and lost that game. And this year they want to end their season differently. They want to be able to move on and face a Fairfield team that they already lost to twice. But first they got to go through St. X, who's no easy task, obviously being in the GCL and being the number 1 seed. But don't put anything past this Firebird team. They got guys, and both of these teams are very hungry for a win here tonight.
Yeah, and that team last year is just so different from this year. This team, I mean, most years there's a team like Moeller who's just so much better than everyone around them, but this year it's a lot different. Anybody has a chance to make it to those Final Four for the state. West, St. X, or Fairfield, any of those teams could be heading to the Final Four just depending on the night.
All right, we will head to break here in a moment to sing the national anthem, but we will be back for tip-off in just a few minutes here on Lakota West Student Broadcasting. We are back here just moments before tip-off, ready for some OHSAA playoff action. Both student sections getting hyped up here as St. X, interesting to note, their starting lineup does not involve the number 44, Jacob Wassler, the 6'10" forward, as West wins the tip. It goes out of bounds off of St. X, so here we go. Tyson Davis to bring it up.
I can't say how much of a miss Wassler out of the roster is going to be. That is huge.
This student section for St. X is embarrassingly loud. There's Tyson Davis for three. No good. Picks up the offensive glass and puts it in for two.
What a hustle play by Davis, getting across court.
Getting his own
board.
Offensive rebound.
Oh,
that's how you start off a basketball game and silence the crowd. Tyson looking for the steal. He does not get it. There's Bryce Curry in the fast break. And he scores! 4-0 Lakota West already.
There you go, setting the pace immediately.
That's how you start a basketball game.
Teams do not know how to react when you start in this way.
Here is X. They are uncontrolled to start. West dialing up that pressure. Here is Kobe Klopper. Off to Jack Ryan. Back to... It'll be Braden Riley who gets it off to number 3, Brendan Deely, the 5'9" guard. Back to Kobe Klopper. Klopper averages just 1.9 points per game, but he's in the starting lineup tonight for the out Jacob Wassler. So they get it back in the corner. Driving inside, kicking it out. The 5'9" guard tries the three, and he's no good. Rebound to Lakota West. And it pops up in the air, but it's back to Bryce Curry. And going for the steal is Braden Riley. That's your GCL Defensive Player of the Year. Riley, the pump fake, the drive, and the foul is called on Tyson Davis.
Davis was just going in for that charge, thought he might have had it. Refs say otherwise, and now these are going to be huge, huge free throws for Riley.
Wow, what a hot start for West, and it seemed like they were going to get another possession there, but just a miscue, a bad pass, and a good turnover there from St. X. And now free throws here to kind of settle themselves down for St. X. They need these. First one is good for Riley.
Yeah, that was definition of defense is the best offense. They just pushed and pushed and fought.
Second free throw for Riley is good. 4-2 your score here, as Tyson Davis will bring it up in front of a rowdy student section. And stoppage in play. Not sure what it was. St. X student section not happy with the call.
I think it might have been a change on the possession error. I'm not quite sure, but it is in favor for West.
Here is Tyson Davis. Davis to Mead Moss, back to Davis. He'll find Mead Moss wide open inside, off the pick and roll. And it's 6-2 Lakota West early on. Here is the 5'9" Brendan Deely breaking the press. Josh Tyson, his long wingspan up in his face. Deely gets inside, floats a pass to the corner. It's Jack Ryan, and he splashes the three. So
Jack Ryan
West
just 8.7% from three this year. West has really struggled against those big, taller guys in the corner.
I mean, it's been a theme this year where West allows some players who don't normally shoot that well to just shoot amazing. You've seen it a lot this year.
You saw him earlier tonight at Gabe Clemens in that Fairfield game.
Yeah, he dropped three. There's a wide open is Tyson Davis with the lefty finish. West's offense is playing amazing early, and I think it's a lot due to the not having the paint presence that is Jacob Wassler for St. X. So here is Jack Ryan. Gets it off to Wałachowski. No good on the bank try for three. Up ahead it goes to Tyson Davis, who will attack, spin. No good. Oh! Bryce Curry, are you kidding me? The putback jam. The slam dunk by Bryce Curry. And it's a 10-5 Lakota West lead. He had some electricity on that dunk.
My goodness, the putback. That is a great way to start. Xavier's biggest strength is those offensive boards, and you shut those down immediately, getting 2 offensive boards in this first quarter already. You cannot ask for a better start to the game if you're West.
We will head to timeout here as West calls timeout, but we will be right back on Lakota West Student Broadcasting. We return here, West with an early 10-5 lead. St. Xavier on offense. It is number 13, Connor Bearswilt. Gets it off to Brendan Deely, and they play catch here with the basketball. X just looking for an open look.
This is clamps by West.
Great defense. X had a lot of trouble early on in the game offensively, so I think they're trying to slow it down to help out with that. Here's Brendan Deely. Off to, in the corner, it is number 10, Jake Britt.
Oh, football star right there.
Yeah, he's running back for St. X. Did amazing things for them. Now he's on the basketball floor. And St. X is just holding onto this basketball right now. Not a lot of attack here by X. You hear the boos from West. They kick it out to Walaskowski. He gets inside the mid-range jumper. Air ball out of bounds off of St. X.
What a stand. I mean, I don't know if St. X was just trying to run clock or, I mean, they just couldn't get a shot, but you hold them for, what, a minute, 2 minutes, and then you force an air ball mid-range. That is some perfect defense from the Firebirds.
And right now, it just looks like St. X is outmatched. I mean, obviously we're very early in this game, but West feels like they're dominating this game early. Here is Tyson Davis. X playing that press defense here. They want to get a steal or something to get the momentum back. Inside it goes to Curry, and it is out of bounds off of St. X. Try to tap it out. It was a tough pass to Curry. It'll stay West basketball here. Isaiah Mead-Moss will throw it in. He'll look for an opening. Gets it into Tyson Davis. Davis, and he has it hit out. That was Brendan Deely with the swat.
Fans do not like that call. They'll say it's off X. I think St. X saw something different.
They might have, but
ref will make the final call.
Not about that if you're West. Here's Tyson. He'll work from the top of the key. Tyson off to Tyson Davis. Davis gets it inside to LJ Green. LJ Green will drive, attack, back to Mead-Moss, and he lost it. So here comes St. X in transition. It's Kobe Clapper. Clapper underneath. Outside it goes, and it's turned over. Bryce Curry with the steal. Here comes Tyson in transition, and he will no good. He missed the layup in transition, and it's back to Brendan Deely and St. X.
Just slightly off-centered. Had the nice look, just wasn't able to finish.
Here is Clapper. Clapper gets it off to Jake Britt. Britt to Bearswilt, back to Clapper. Britt attacking inside, and a tough finish by Jake Britt. Britt only averages 0.3 points per game, but he gets a bucket here.
St. X is going deep in their lineup, and it's just the first quarter.
They do play a lot of their guys most of their games. Pretty much everyone on this roster gets playing time, so you love to see that. LJ Green for three, no good, and the rebound to Brendan Deely. In transition, here we go. Back off to Braden Riley. He'll get it off to Bearswilt. Harrisville back to Britt, and Braden Riley will operate. So St. X is kind of settled in here after a slow start. Braden Riley in the corner. Back to Clapper in the top of the key. Clapper gets it off to number 3, Brendan Deely. Back inside to Clapper, and he gets the bucket. Oh, no, it was an offensive foul on Clapper. LJ Green drawing the charge. That's a huge play for West.
I cannot tell you how many times I've seen LJ Green take charges. It is his art. He's a magician. Every time a player thinks they have a free bucket, he takes the charge, completely changed the momentum, and now West has ball up 3. They need to score here.
That is huge for West. And in a game where they started off so strong, they've been kind of slow here these last few minutes. I think St. X, that coaching, I mean, Ryan Foaming is a great coach. He definitely made some adjustments after that first time out to try to get them back dialed in. They know how good they can be. Here is Parker Robinson. Robinson will look for an opening. He lost it, gets it back to Curry. Curry lost it. Curry finds Tyson, and a foul is called on St. X. So kind of a bailout there for West.
Yeah, definitely a foul, but also definitely a bailout because they were getting pushed. Kind of a bad pass by Curry, and then Tyson, I mean, he pretty much just got pushed out of bounds, and that's where the foul came from.
Yeah, it was pretty clear foul on St. X, but definitely could have had a steal if they were less aggressive. This student section is really loud here.
I think they might have the best student section in Southwest Ohio.
Could definitely be. I mean, they got a lot of heart and so many fans there, especially for a game here at the Cintas Center, which is not a easy drive. Here is Tyson Davis. Davis gets fouled again. Now with 40 seconds to go in the quarter, you think Lakota West might just take this thing down and take the final shot.
I think Xavier's doing the strategy of playing super aggressive because they have so many fouls to give.
They get it into Josh Tyson. Tyson off to Bryce Curry. Phipps gets it to Tyson Davis. Tyson Davis into Mead Moss. Back to Bryce Curry. Curry will look, get it off to Josh Tyson. Tyson being guarded by Braden Riley, the Defensive Player of the Year, versus probably the best offensive player for West, so that's a matchup to look for. Back up to Josh Tyson, averages 16 points per game, second in the GMC. Here we go. Tyson off the screen. He'll fire. It's pure! Josh Tyson for 3. And at the buzzer, it's no good for St. X. Lakota West will lead by 6, headed into the second quarter. We'll be right back on Lakota West Student Broadcasting. We are back here, Lakota West, with a 6-point lead over St. X. The Bombers in some trouble early here, but a chance to cut into this lead as they have the ball. Off to Kobe Clapper. Clapper will get it on the outside. It's Brendan Deely. Back to Walaskowski and back to Liam Maggette. Off to Walaskowski, back to Brendan Deely. And they're just throwing this thing around the floor. They look for an inside look. It's not there for Braden Riley. Back to, it is Brendan Dealey off to Braden Riley again. Well, it's Liam McGetty for three. He's no good. Rebound to Josh Tyson. Here comes Tyson Davis.
St.
And
X needs to get some penetration.
West will take their time, already up by 6 here. Get it back to Bryce Curry. Curry wheels around, finds Tyson, lost it, and it is Brendan Dealey with the turnover, and a jump ball is called, so it'll be West basketball.
That
really nice play right there.
Brendan Dealey, second in the GCL in steals per game, almost 2 a game. That was great defense right there. Shut down the pass from Curry. West still lost possession, but they did lose that arrow, which is going to be crucial in those final minutes.
So in comes Jake Britt for St. X. He only averages 0.3 points per game, but he already has a bucket tonight. Seeing if maybe he can get some life into this team here. St. X's defense has been on par to start this game. Their offense has struggled. They get it to Bryce Curry. Curry off to LJ. Inside, it's turned over. Here comes Clapper in transition. Clapper will drive. He'll kick it out. Back inside, it's McGetty, and he's not able to finish. Great defense there from LJ Green, and up ahead, it's Bryce Curry in transition. Curry off to Josh Tyson. Tyson will look to create separation. He'll get it back to LJ Green. Green off to Tyson Davis. Davis attacking, getting inside and drawing the foul. St. X already with 4 fouls in this quarter, 1 away from the bonus. That is something to watch already with only 6 minutes remaining.
Yeah, those are huge fouls. Those are free points for Davis, but
yeah, and you don't want to put West at the free throw line. They shoot
not able to knock that one down.
71% from the free throw line,
Yeah,
whereas X only shoots 62%. So
you don't want to make that a practice, putting West at the line, because like you said, they're second in the GMC in free throw percentage.
Yeah, they know how to knock down free throws as they knock in the second one there. And so it's a 14-7 lead here for Lakota West. They've doubled up X in the second quarter. How will X respond is the question. They wheeled around here. It is Brendan Dealey off to Luke Source. Back to Source. Source will look for an opening. And it is Brendan Dealey on the outside. In the corner, it's Jack Ryan. Ryan back to Source. Back to Dealey. Dealey will drive. He'll find Kobe Clapper. Clapper on the outside, wide open for 3. No good. It was Luke Source, and LJ Green fights for the rebound. Up ahead, it's Bryce Curry. And a turnover by West, just a bad pass.
That's a frustrating play, just a miscommunication between, I think it was Mead Moss and Curry.
And for West,
it's been the turnovers.
Just some miscues when they really didn't need them. And right now, they're really dominating this game on the floor. They just had some mental mistakes that are keeping them from blowing this thing open. So here is X. Inside the drive, it is Jack Ryan. Get it back out to inside. It's Jack Ryan, and he finishes with the left hand. So St. X chipping away here.
West really seems to struggle against backup centers coming in to fill in for an injured player. It was a struggle against Princeton, and now Jack Ryan, he's got a solid number of points already.
Here is Curry kicking it out, and it'll be an offensive foul on Lakota West, so all the momentum back on St. X's side.
As much as St. X's offense has kind of struggled, their defense, like you said, it has been very, very good. West has not been able to get a lot of shots off, a lot of turnovers so far for the Firebirds.
You know what they say, defense wins championships, and the way this X team is coached is, obviously West has shown they can compete with them and they can go man for man with them with talent-wise, but coaching and, the fundamentals of the game definitely proved to be important in a game like this in the playoffs. So here it's Jack Ryan off to Luke Source. Source lost handle for a moment, gets it back to Jack Ryan. Inside at Source. On the inside, he couldn't find anything. Back to Braden Riley. Riley off to Luke Source again, and back to Brendan Dealey. In the corner, it's Jack Ryan. He finds the cut inside, and it is Brendan Dealey for 2.
Very impressive penetration from Brendan Dealey. Very smaller player, but was able to get there underneath. Nice play.
Here's LJ Green inside to Bryce Curry. Curry lost it momentarily, gets it back, and a blocking foul is called as Curry got someone knocked over, but they called a foul on St. X. That's huge, as St. X now with 2 fouls.
Yeah, what's so scary about this St. X team is, as bad as they have been struggling on offense, they're still within 3 points of this game just because of how good their defense has been playing.
Yeah, it's coaching. A lot of it is definitely coaching.
These are huge free throws for Bryce Curry. Very good from the line so far this year, but with this student section right in front of your face, it's not going to be easy.
Curry will check out, so I guess there's no free throws for Curry, as they thought X was in the bonus. They weren't.
Yeah, I think they didn't update it from the first quarter because it said 4 before, and I was a little confused.
Yeah, I guess it's only at 2 for St. X now, so they corrected that mistake. Would have been free throws for Curry. I think St. X's coaching staff pointed that out as West gets it inside, and it's turned over, and up ahead we go to Braden Riley. He will try to dunk it, but a foul is called. He wasn't able to jam it in, but a foul on Josh Tyson will send Riley to the line.
Very athletic play by Josh Tyson to get all the way down the court, try to make that block. I don't hate that foul. You're still early in the game, and now you have a chance that hopefully they don't make these free throws.
So a timeout is called by West. We'll be right back here on Lakota West Student Broadcasting. We are back here, Lakota West, with a 3-point lead over St. X. It's been a tight defensive battle here. A lot of what you want to see in a must-win playoff game, so X will shoot free throws. First one is good for Braden Riley, the GCL Defensive Player of the Year. And St. X, their defense has proven to be something that can cause trouble for Lakota West. So Braden Riley knocks in both. He only shoots 56% from the free throw line this year, but so far he's been knocking them down.
You can see the difference from when St. X is cheering on those shots compared to West. Just, it's hard to compete with that student section, how loud they are.
Here is Lakota West, only up by 1 now. It feels like they should be up more. Inside, it's turned over again by Lakota West. The defense right there from Walaskowski. Up ahead, it's Clapper. The pump fake and the drive by X. Got him in the air. Finish not there. Clapper the offensive rebound. Back to Jack Ryan. Ryan back to Clapper. And X will reset. Dribbling way up, and Phipps nearly forced the turnover, but went out of bounds off of his fingertips.
was a great play from Kobe Clapper to keep the play alive and continue a scoring opportunity. And he gets that athleticism. I believe he's also a star running back on the offense of the football team. So you can see where he gets that athleticism on, get those offensive boards.
Here is St. X on offense again. And West trying to force the turnover, and they do inside. It's Phipps coming away with the steal. Bad pass by X, and now West has it back up 1. Tyson wanted to shoot, he'll drive. He'll get inside and get knocked away by St. X. Really nice defense right there.
I think 3 guys collided on that shot.
Here is Luke Source. Off to Jack Ryan. Back to Connor Bearswill. Here is Source again. Looking for an opening, nothing there for St. X as we wind down to 2 minutes to play in the half. Back to Clapper. Off it goes. Wide open 3 for Bearswill, and he rattles it home. St. X with their first lead of the night, 16-14 over the Firebirds. And their student section getting loud. How will West respond? They've had a couple of turnovers in a row. Bryce Curry tries to get inside. He's fended off. Great defense here by X. It's Tyson Davis. Davis will drive, and he'll lose it again. Here is Jack Ryan in transition. Ryan will attack on LJ. Bryce Curry, what a save! It was a kick out, but Curry was able to save it. Tyson Davis in transition, and he knocks in the mid-range.
Tough shot. I think that's a smart decision to take the mid-range because you had so much space in front of you, but some pillars down low that would have stuffed you.
Wow, what a turn of events there. West needed that, and now we're back tied at 16 apiece. Source will operate, and X will probably take the final shot here with under 40 seconds to play.
If you want an opportunity to score before this half, you're going to have to just let him shoot a wide open shot or get a steal.
X will hold on to this basketball as long as they can. Here is Clapper. 10 seconds to go. Back off to Source. 6, 5, 4. Phipps with the steal. 2, 1. And we're going to halftime. All knotted up at 16. Your score. The Lakota West Firebirds 16, St. Xavier Bombers 16. We'll be back for some third quarter action in about 10 minutes. Go grab a drink, grab some snacks, but make sure to be back here for some second half action. We are back for some more OHSAA playoff basketball here. Lakota West and St. X all knotted up at 16 apiece. We're in for a treat of a second half as St. X will open up with possession here. The Bombers looking to get off to a hot start, and so is West to the second half. Inside they go. It's Walaskowski wide open. Braden Riley for the three, and it's good. St. X up by 3 now. After that shot, here's Josh Tyson. He gets it to Bryce Curry. Curry ahead to LJ Green, off to Mead Moss. Back to Tyson. Looking for an opening. There's Tyson Davis. He finds Mead Moss. Mead Moss will look, get it to Tyson. Tyson back to Bryce Curry. He'll drive. And Curry, what a finish! Up and under.
I don't even know how you describe that layup, Andrew.
And it's down to a one-point game. Wow. Bryce Curry trying to carry this team on his back. Here we go. It is Brendan Dealey. Inside, they look for the pass. It's not there and turned over. It's Tyson Davis, and here comes West. It's Josh Tyson. He'll stop, step back for 3. No good. And it'll be out of bounds. LJ Green tried to save it, but it'll stay with St. X.
I think there's a three-point line out there for high school, and then obviously the college one because it's a college arena. I think that college line has been confusing players all night, taking deeper threes than they need to.
Yeah, it is confusing as the lines are really close to each other. Here is Braden Riley off to Jack Ryan for X. They hold on to a 1-point lead here, taking as much time as they want. Off to Walaskowski. Inside, it's Jack Ryan. What a block! It's Bryce Curry. Here comes Tyson Davis in transition. Davis goes up, and he cannot finish it. Back in transition, it's Jack Ryan. Ryan will get his layup back, and X back to a 3-point lead. Here is Josh Tyson. West down by 3. Off to LJ Green. Good backdoor from Mead Moss, and he's able to finish it. A lot of contact, no call, but still a big-time basket for West.
Offenses are finally starting to show out.
Here is Jack Ryan to Walaskowski. Back to Braden Riley. Hit the 3 earlier in the half. It is Kobe Clapper. And a foul is called on Lakota West. It'll be on the floor.
I don't think I saw anything. That looked a pretty normal play. Just, I guess he got a little too handsy trying to fight across that screen.
First foul of the half for Lakota West. Ryan gets it into Brendan Dealey. He loses it momentarily, gets it back. Finds Braden Riley. Riley off to Walaskowski. Walaskowski averaging 13.3 points per game, leads the team. Firing a 3, no good, and it'll be a foul on St. X.
That's a good
like I was
stop.
saying, Walaskowski averages the most points on this team. He has 0 points tonight.
Yeah, they've done a great job of shutting him down, but some of the other guys have used that as an opportunity to get their buckets in. It's been a pretty spread offense for everyone on the team.
Here is Mead Moss. Looking for an opening. Bad pass, but Curry able to save it into his hands. Curry will drive, and a blocking foul is called on St. X, their first of the half.
I think that's the right call. Obviously, I'm a little biased, but Curry went for that drive, and I think just shifted the feet just a little bit that they're going to call that a foul. Wasn't necessary planted.
I don't think he had his feet set there. Good call by the officials. Here is LJ Green off to Mead Moss. Mead Moss will drive. Get it back to LJ. Mead Moss wanted it to Davis. He does get it inside to Davis, and another foul on St. X. That is the third of the quarter.
It's been a great possession. 2 fouls were made. Getting closer and closer to that.
Tyson looking to get it in. He had Curry, but it was deflected by Riley. Good play. It'll stay West basketball. Mead Moss trying to get it in. He finds Josh Tyson. Tyson underneath the rim. Tough pass. It sails into the hands of Bryce Curry. Curry will operate. Wanted to take the three. He'll step, fire the mid-range. It's good! Boom! West back in front by 1.
What a move by Bryce Curry.
Bryce Curry is really taking over this game. He already has 8 points now, and a foul is called on Josh Tyson.
He was just fighting a little bit too hard, trying to get that steal. I think he tried to go for the ball, but I hit a body instead.
What a battle right now. West leads by 1, 22-21. Talk about a low-scoring affair with a half of the third quarter left to go. This one might not reach the 40s.
Must be at OT.
Like the first matchup, it could happen with how low-scoring this game has been. Here's Clapper. Wanted to get it to Dealey, wasn't there. Get it off to Riley. Back to Clapper. Look for the cut, wasn't there. It's Luke Source, he'll attack. Somehow kept that pivot foot. Thought it was a travel, no call. And it'll be a foul on St. X, an offensive foul, and West gets the possession back.
I think that might have been a tripping foul. Tyson Davis was fighting across that screen to get onto Jack Ryan. And I guess it's going to be a tripping foul on that screen.
Here is Tyson bringing it up the floor. West up by 1. They finally have some breathing room. Bryce Curry will get it off to Mead Moss. Inside LJ. Kicks it out. Tyson Davis for 3. It's pure! Lakota West with a 4-point lead. The corner 3 by Tyson Davis. Timeout St. X. The Firebirds with a 4-point lead here with 3 minutes left in the quarter. We'll be right back on Lakota West Student Broadcasting. St. X with possession here when we returned. It is a 4-point West lead. They get it inside to Jack Ryan. Ryan back out. It is Brendan Dealey back to Ryan. Ryan will attack. Gets it off to Donovan Waskowski. Lost it momentarily. Good defense there from LJ Green. West applying that pressure, not afraid to go for steals. Open 3 for Luke Source. In and out. The rebound and a foul on Lakota West. Offensive reward by St. Xavier.
What a play. The Luke Source miss and then the offensive board to keep the possession alive. When it's this type of game where St. X is really letting the clock run down, every possession is key because you don't know how many more you're going to get the rest of the game. Those offensive boards are crucial.
So West with 3 fouls, St. X with 4. A lot of foul trouble. Here is Walaskowski, and a foul is called as he drives inside. That will be 4 on West.
Walaskowski finally has a chance to join the scoring category as he's been shut down tonight. Been their top scorer all year. Has just not been able to get the looks he needs.
First one is good for Walaskowski. Averages 13.3 points per game, and that is his first point tonight. But it cuts the deficit to a 1-possession game here. Second one is no good, and the rebound to Bryce Curry. Here it comes Josh Tyson. West up by 3. What will they do here offensively? They get it into LJ Green. LJ off to Bryce Curry. Curry has been the leader of this offense tonight. He finds LJ. Had an open look, but decided not to take it. Here is Tyson. Look to create. Back to Bryce Curry. Curry wanted the 3. Chooses to drive. He'll pull the mid-range. No good, and the rebound to St. Xavier. Back it goes into Clapper. It's off to Jack Ryan. Wide open, Clapper inside. He decided to pass it out. He probably could have gone up with that. Had Phipps beat, but X will reset here. Here is Jake Britt. Off to Braden Riley. Back to Clapper, back to Jack Ryan. St. X just running this offense as dry as they can. They will continue to hold on to this ball here under a minute.
This is what I'm talking about. You don't know how many shots are.
And Mead Moss comes in from behind and forces the steal. Here comes Josh Tyson.
That's one way to get the offense on top.
And now West can hold for the final shot. So it's just a battle of who can hold the ball here. And if there's any reason why there should be a shot clock, there it is right there.
Andrew. Oh, man.
So here we go. Under 20 seconds to go in this one, in this quarter. West up by 3.
I mean, even like a 35-second shot clock could be nice.
Even that, I mean, that would be great. So they get it into LJ. LJ will attack. Get it back to Bryce Curry. Curry will fire, and he gets blocked at the buzzer. So St. X down by 3. West up by 3. We'll be back here for some fourth quarter action. Lakota West up 3 on Lakota West Student Broadcasting. Here we go, some fourth quarter action. Lakota West looking to pull off the upset over St. X. They're up by 3 here, just 8 minutes away from a trip to the regional finals. But they've got to go through St. X. Here's Tyson inside, and he draws the foul. It's a great cut. And now he will get to shoot free throws. Some big-time free throws coming up here for Josh Tyson.
Andrew, these are about to be the hardest fought 7 minutes and 49 seconds you will ever see from the Firebirds this year, as St. X does their tradition of taking all of their shirts off in the fourth quarter. Thought it was just a football thing, but I guess not.
Indeed, that's a sight to see, certainly, but Dyson knocks in the first free throw to put West back up 4. I mean, 1 point is so valuable right now in this game. It is 26-22. We are in the fourth quarter. Just crazy to think about. So it'll be both good for Tyson. West with a 5-point lead. Huge, huge free throws right there.
He struggled recently from the line. Did not struggle in this moment, the biggest moment.
Walaskowski back to Dealey. St. X needs some offense here. You might start to see the desperation kick in if they are unable to start generating points. Open 3 for Walaskowski, the leading scorer, no good. And the offensive rebound by the 5'9", Brendan Dealey. What a play. Braden Riley gets to the basket. What a finish over LJ Green.
I think he wanted a foul there.
So it's back to 3 points here. St. X getting loud. How will West respond? Tyson gets to the basket. The tough fadeaway is pure. What a shot.
That's just tough shot making.
Beauty of a mid-range shot right there.
He only has 7 tonight, but that just shows it's not a skill issue. St. X knows exactly who the ball's going to.
Wide open 3 for X. They are unable to answer, but the offensive rebound keeps him alive.
Again.
Wide open, it's Source. No good, and the rebound to Josh Tyson. And now West, very comfortable. A 5-point lead is huge in a game like this with 6 minutes to go. Tyson operates off the screen, gets it to Phipps. Back to Tyson, and a timeout called by West with 6:09 to play. We will be right back here on Lakota West Student Broadcasting. We are back here. Lakota West has ball, and they're up by 5 with just 6 minutes to go. And a trip to the regional finals. On the line, the missed layup from Josh Tyson, and St. X will get the ball back. Here is Brendan Dealey. Off to Riley. And it goes back to Dealey. And back to Jake Britt, who's checked into the game. Dealey finds Walaskowski. Walaskowski, one of those guys that needs to get going. 5.5 to go here. X desperate for some points. It goes back to Riley.
They need to score faster.
Off to Clapper. The drive, the kick. The pump fake, the throw away, and it's a backcourt violation on St. Xavier.
Great defense from West. Xavier, I mean, you never want to play desperate, but you can't just pass it around the perimeter. Eventually, you got to get a shot or some kind of penetration. You didn't even get a shot on that possession. They got to change that, the way they're playing.
Here is West, up by 5. Off to Josh Tyson, the leading scorer for this team. Kicks it out. It's Tyson Davis. You bet. He hits the three, and West is up by 8.
That was electric.
What a shot.
13 points.
Riley, the transition tray. No good, and the rebound to Bryce Curry. West is starting to feel it here, up by 8 with 4.5 to play. Tyson Davis, that three ball lately has just been falling as he slips and loses the ball. Here we go, Riley in transition, and he finishes. Down to 6 here. It's 32-26, a timeout called by St. X. We'll be right back on Lakota West Student Broadcasting. We are back here. Lakota West leads by 6. They have all the momentum here with 4.5 to play. St. X will dial up that full court press. They need to get some steals here. And a quick foul is on Brendan Dealey.
That's not a bad foul. You have plenty to give. You don't want to be stuck in a situation where you're down, 2 or 3 points, and you have to foul 3 or 4 times just to get them to the free throw line.
So Isaiah Mead-Moss will look to get it in here. He finds Josh Tyson. And Tyson will bring it up the floor. Braden Riley, the Defensive Player of the Year in the GCL defending. It's back to Tyson Davis here. Davis, the cross, the drive, the attack, and the foul. Oh, the charge. It'll be on Tyson Davis. Wow. Riley got his feet set. That was a great defensive play.
Very good defense.
Just hanging in there right now. I mean, offense is nothing to write home about, but their defense has just been unbelievable tonight. That'll be number 22, Liam Maggette, checking into the game. Averages 3.2 points per game. Outside, back to Maggette. Spinning around, getting it back to Clapper. Open three for Walaskowski. He's no good. Rebound fought for, out of bounds off of West.
A three here would be monumental for St. X to cut it to just a one-possession lead. That was a great look from Walaskowski. You need that shot to go in. Look for something drawn up for him. He's been their guy from the beyond the arc all season long.
Here we go. St. X down by 6. Clapper will get in and work. He'll kick it out. It's Maggette. Back to Walaskowski. Off to Clapper. X has got to go. They got to get something quick here. Get it off to Walaskowski. Inside, it's Maggette. He'll kick it out. Open three. No good. The three has just not been dropping tonight for St. X. So here comes West, up by 6 with 3 minutes to play.
Just 20% from three right now for St. X.
Off to Mead-Moss. Interesting, Parker Robinson in the game for Lakota West. And a timeout called by the Firebirds. 2:48 to play here. We'll be right back on Lakota West Student Broadcasting. We are back here. Lakota West up by 6 here in the fourth quarter of action. They get it in. It's Josh Tyson. Here we go. They have the ball. 2:44 to play. Can they close this one out and move on to the regional finals where they would play Fairfield? They get it ahead. It's Bryce Curry. Curry into LJ Green. The back door from Mead Moss. It was there, but he didn't want to take the shot.
They don't have to.
They will hold this for as long as they want. Curry nearly lost it. Hangs onto it, however. Gets it into Josh Tyson. Tyson around, and he'll get fouled by Braden Riley.
West is just too good at holding it when they need to, and I think you're going to have to start fouling eventually just because of how good they are at keeping possession in the hands of the Firebirds. Down 6. Yeah, they need to force a shot or get a stop.
LJ Green, you want to be careful. You don't step over that half-court line. Nearly did, but Tyson Davis will operate. Get it off to Bryce Curry with 2 minutes to play. The back door to Josh Tyson. Oh, he almost had the jam. But it's out of bounds after the missed dunk.
I don't know about that play. He was kind of far away from the hoop to make that shot, and now St. X has a chance to make this a lot closer.
Yeah, I mean, if you're there, I mean, obviously the dunk would have been amazing had he finished it, but you want to make sure you win this game. Don't want to be doing too much antics to try to give X a chance. Here is Jack Ryan. X down by 6. They have a chance.
Got to get to Walskowski.
And Tyson diving on the floor after trying to get the steal, and it'll be a foul on Lakota West.
I don't see, I mean, either that's a very late call on the foul. I don't understand how that was a foul. He pretty much just dived for the ball, didn't really make contact with him.
So here we go. X down by 6, 1:38 to play. They need to get something going here. Clapper back to Walskowski. Nothing there. West playing amazing defense. Back to Jack Ryan. Ryan will attack. He'll spin inside. Kick it out. It's Riley. No good on the 3. X, another offensive board. Dealey had an open look. Pass it up. Finds Riley in the corner. And he splashes the 3. Down to a 3-point game with 1:06 to play. Timeout, Lakota West. We'll be right back on Lakota West Student Broadcasting. We are back here. We do want to thank all 100-plus live viewers coming in for this game here, Lakota West.
Interesting play drawn up right now.
Try to inbound this ball with a minute here to go. Up by 3. They get it into Bryce Curry. They got to get it over the timeline here. Tyson will dribble up. He'll get it off to Tyson Davis. Tyson will attack and get it past the timeline. Off to Tyson Davis. Nice bounce pass to Tyson, back to Curry. And Curry gets fouled. So St. X still has one more to give.
Yeah, that's not a bad foul. Doesn't really affect much.
49.8 seconds.
A bad free throw shooter, which is not something West has a lot of. Maybe Mead Moss or Davis. One of those two guys.
Tyson Davis gets it in. It's swatted out by Jake Britt. A dangerous pass right there.
Again, there's that football athleticism from Clapper and Britt.
Mead Moss gets it into Tyson Davis. Davis pressured, finding Curry. Curry lost it, got it back. Curry operates.
Defense.
Curry loses it. St. X has it. 37 seconds to go. And a foul on Mead Moss.
Wow. That's the defense that makes this team so scary. Their offense has not played a good game, to say the least.
It's just been a gritty battle all the way around. But they'll have a chance here.
The turnovers, it's been the issue for West all game long. They're shooting great, 50% from 3, 54% from the field.
Here we go. X down by 3. They need a 3 to tie, but they don't need to tie it here. There's still 26 seconds. Ryan for the tie. No good. Rebound. Out of bounds, and it'll be West basketball.
Oh, the outrage. Fans are going crazy.
The student section not happy about the call. 21 seconds remaining. It is West basketball as we speak, and it'll be, looks like free throws here for Bryce Curry.
So maybe it wasn't.
Guess there was a foul.
Yeah, they're not going to call that out on West. They're saying it's a foul.
So Curry can essentially put West up 2 possessions here and pretty much steal this thing. First free throw for Curry.
Ice
got
cold.
it. Ice cold. Bryce Curry
didn't touch the rim.
Puts West up 4. Curry's got 9 tonight, but the leader in points is Tyson Davis with 13 for West. Second free throw for Curry. And it rolls around and in. West up by 5, 20 seconds to play. X in desperation mode. It's Brendan Dealey. He attacks. Kicks to the corner. Jack Ryan. No good. The rebound to Mead Moss. He'll get it ahead. And West is going to dribble this thing out. And it looks like
foul.
He'll get fouled.
They fouled Mead Moss. So now the senior, he was clutch all playoffs. So good.
And some Let's Play Football chants screaming out
one
here.
we've heard tonight.
But there's nothing that can deny West from this victory. A 6-point lead here with 7 seconds to go. What a game here tonight. Second free throw is good for Mead Moss, a 7-point lead. Here we go. At the buzzer, no good. Rebound to Lakota West, and that's your ball game. Lakota West is headed to the regional finals. 36-29, your final. The Firebirds are going back with a chance to head to state. They'll play Fairfield in that rematch. They already played them twice this year, lost both games, but they'll be back. And that will be all for tonight here. We do want to thank the live viewers for coming in, and we do want to apologize for no video tonight due to some OHSAA restrictions, but we'll be back Sunday at 12 p.m. for some more OHSAA playoff basketball. where West will play, and we will have radio coverage once again. Make sure to tune into that one. That's all we have tonight. West wins this one by 7 over St. X.